Good morning, my name is Annie Day, and this is my audition for the Freedom Trail Tour Guide position. As a part of my audition, I'm going to be portraying Abigail Smith, who is John and Abigail Adams' daughter, and I'll be presenting to 5th grade students. As a part of that, I want to be asking them a lot of questions, just so you can kind of get an accurate picture of what I would want to be doing with 5th grade students. I understand that it's kind of hard to keep them engaged sometimes, so I'll be asking questions to just keep them engaged. So as a part of that, there may be some awkward gaps and pauses in what I'm saying as I wait for them to answer, or as I say, this is what I would say, depending on their answers. So I hope that you enjoy it, and thank you for this opportunity to apply. Good morning, my name is Abigail Smith, and I am John and Abigail Adams' daughter. Who can tell me a little bit about John and Abigail Adams? All right, wonderful. What can you tell me about them? Okay, so at this point, depending on what they say, we'll cover some key issues like Abigail's belief in women's rights, John's presidency, maybe the campaign or Jeffersonianism, and a little bit about, his work as one of the founding fathers and his place kind of in Boston history. So we'll make sure to cover those points just based on what the kids want to talk about this particular time. So wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. So now we're going to come here to this spot. We're going to talk a little bit about the Boston Massacre. So this is kind of one of the tougher subjects. It's kind of something sad, but who can tell me a little bit about the Boston Massacre? All right, what can you tell me? Okay, so we'll cover, if they had clubs or not, if they were ordered to fire, if the soldiers were ordered to fire, or, who fired the first shot, the trial, and what the two men that were convicted and why they were convicted, and then just those big points. All right, wonderful. So the thing about the Boston Massacre for me is that as I talk to all my friends here, here around Boston, what they tell me is that all different kinds of stories. They all hear different stories about what happened, and I just can't figure out why that would be. So I think today what we're gonna do is we're gonna piece together the story, and we're gonna try to figure out what happened. All right. So why do you think all those men were here? We're here at this spot. So, they'll say, they're out and about, they're throwing snowballs, those kinds of things. All right, so wonderful. So why do you think the soldiers decided to fire? They were afraid, or they were ordered to fire, or, different things like that. So why do you think that we have a monument to this? It seems like a really sad event, but why do you think that we still talk about it today? So they'll say different things like it's important to understand sad things of the past, or hopefully that it was kind of a spark for the American Revolution, is something that people kind of got behind. But we'll make sure that we cover those key issues. So now that we pieced together the story of the Boston Massacre, who can think of someone who is a special lawyer who also pieced together the Boston Massacre? Hopefully they say John Adams, right? So my father, John Adams, and he was the lawyer who represented the soldiers of the Boston Massacre. Do you think that his fellow patriots liked that he was representing the soldiers? No, right? No. So why do you think he did it? He was searching for justice. He believed in the legal system. He, maybe he still had faith that in the crown, or in these things. So what happened? Who knows what happened at the trial? We talk about the two men that were convicted, how they were convicted, kind of witness to bullet, or dead man to bullet to person who fired it. I don't know if that makes sense, but so the person who fired it, if they were able to get a witness who said, oh, he fired the bullet that killed so-and-so, which was kind of sketchy at this time, obviously, but all right. So these two men were convicted. And then so after this point, John Adams became a patriot, and who knows why that would be? So we'll talk about the legal system and how he kind of lost his faith in the way that Britain was running it at the time, those kinds of things. All right, wonderful. So now that we've kind of pieced together this story, who can tell me where this monument used to be? Who can tell me? So, my friends, here's the thing. The monument has been moved. It used to be much further away from the old State House, but with all these strange contraptions driving around here, I guess that they had to move the monument. But that's okay, because we still get to come here and celebrate it. And that's it. Let's move on to our next monument and discuss the old State House and see what's next. All right, so there's my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. I know there's kind of some weird gaps as I was, trying to ask questions, and I hope that it made sense as I was answering and kind of trying to play both the question asker and the answer. But I hope you guys are doing great. I hope that you haven't had too much trouble with all the snow there, and once again I appreciate this opportunity, and have a wonderful day. Thanks.